Good day, everyone. My name is Jacob Cino. If you don't know me already, I will be leading your practice today. This is an all levels class for youth for the ISPS. Since I haven't met a lot of you or worked with you, please take some responsibility in your practice today. So if something is too much for your body, you can leave it out. Some things take a while to get, so don't feel like you have to get everything today as well. This is pertaining to the postures, knowing the names of the postures, and being able to do the postures. So we're going to do an all levels class today, fairly basic. It will be energizing, so probably make a little sweat and also stretch. One of the big differences between yoga and other forms of physical exercise is the breath awareness. So you'll hear me talk a lot about the breath. We will be breathing through the nose, in and out through the nose. So try not to breathe through the mouth unless you're congested or have a cold or something like that. You can breathe through the nose. The breath that we're using today is called the Ujjayi breath. So when we really get into it, the breath will be in and out through the nose and slightly audible, kind of like a hissing sound in the back of the throat. Let me demonstrate that. Hopefully you can hear that over my neighbor talking right now. You might have heard that. A bit like Darth Vader or ocean waves, the breath is more specific to the lungs and it's not so much the belly. So if you see your belly really pumping, try to specify it more to the lungs. All of these things, like I said, take time. You think that we all know how to breathe, but breathing isn't really taught to a lot of people. So again, do as best as you can. If there's any questions or feedback, you can leave comments. If there's any requests for future classes, oh, I'd really like to try that again, or there's a posture that I would like to do to help with my low back, those are all possibilities as well. So let's start our practice. We're going to come to our mat. If you don't have a mat, you can practice on the ground, on a carpet. I wouldn't necessarily practice on a towel on a slippery surface. That could be a bit dangerous. So coming to a nice cross-legged position. If cross-legged doesn't work for you, you can do legs long. We go back and forth and connect to our sit pose. Let me just take a time here. Same thing. Tall. Close your eyes. Start to come into the sensation of your breath, feeling the breath rise and fall the lungs, keeping the belly still. Try 3 count inhale, 3 count exhale. Tracking the breath, moving the lungs. Bring our hands to a prayer position, opening the eyes. With an exhale, push out through the palms. Inhale, arms float up to the sky. Keep the shoulders low, pull the low ribs in, and you might be able to feel the breath really moving the lungs in this position. 3 more breaths. With your inhale, sit up a little taller, and then exhale, we're rotating to the right. 3 breaths in this rotation. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, we'll rotate to the next side. Now, if you get confused and do the opposite side to me, just make sure you do both sides. 2 more breaths. Inhale back to center. Exhale, we'll drop the right hand down. Inhale, lift the left arm a little bit more, and then leaning over to the side. Let's look up to the sky. 2 more breaths. Inhale, you're coming back to center. Extend the arms up. And then exhale, drop your left hand down, reaching over with the right. Keep the breath deep and moving. We'll look up to the sky again. And inhale, bringing yourself back up. We're making our way to tabletop position with the hands below the shoulders, knees below the hips. Let's do some cat-cows. Inhale, arch the low back, looking forward. And then exhale, rounding the spine, just like a scared cat. Inhale, this one's called old cow. Pull the belly up, even though you're arching the low back. And exhale, round the spine. Let's keep moving with the breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Follow your breath. Inhale to a neutral spine. Place your forearms to the ground. Tuck your toes. Inhale, lift your knees just slightly off the mat. And we're holding here for 5 breaths. Now here's an example of where you may need to take breaks. If this is too much for the body, you can drop the knees and then come back to it. 3 more breaths. And exhale, drop your knees back down to the ground. Inhale back to tabletop position. We'll keep the toes tucked. Exhale, we're lifting the hips now. Keep the knees bent. 3 breaths here. Exhale, look forward. Inhale, walk your feet to your hands. Inhale the flat back, hands to your shins. And then exhale, you're folding forward. Bend your knees. Inhale, arms and chest come up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we're going to do some half sun salutations. Follow me now. Inhale, arms float up. A little bend to the knees. Exhale, you're folding forward. Inhale the flat back, hands on your shins. And exhale, you're folding forward. Bend your knees. Inhale, arms and chest come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do 3 more like that, just like that. Inhale, arms float up. Exhale, bend your knees. Make sure you're breathing with this movement. Inhale the flat back, bring the hands on the shins, maybe even up towards the knees if that's your flexibility range. Keeping the legs and spine straight. Exhale, you're folding forward. Now round the spine. Bend your knees. Inhale, arms and chest come back up. Reach the fingers to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart center. 2 more like this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, flat back, look to the toes. Exhale. Bend the knees, inhale, arms, chest come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, straight legs, spine straight too. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arms, chest come up. And exhale. Very good. We're going to add on to this. Inhale, arms float up. Exhale, we're folding forward. Inhale, the flat back. Now exhale, palms flat. Step back into high plank like a high push-up. If this is too much for your back, you can drop your knees. We're going to stay here for 4 more breaths. Extend out to the top of the head. Push out to your heels. Notice how easy it is to forget the breath, and if you have, come back to a smooth inhale, exhale, trying to focus the breath to the lungs, not the belly. Inhale, let's all drop our knees to the ground. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Hands are below the shoulders. We're doing a posture called Cobra. Inhale, lifting the chest. Keep your chin tucked in so you're looking down. I'm not really pushing with the hands. I'm lifting with my low back. And exhale down. Again, inhale, pull the belly up, lift the chest. Don't press with the hands. You can even lift the hands if you want. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Tuck the toes. Sequence through the knees, keeping the knees on the mat as you come back. Exhale, lift the hips. We'll keep our knees bent and breathe. Oh, it's windy today. Hopefully it doesn't knock over my camera. 2 more breaths. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, the flat back, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees. Inhale, arms and chest come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we're going to do that full thing again, which is a sun salutation, but try to move with the breath. So a little bit more continuous in the movement. Breathe first, then move. And if you notice your breath becomes irregular, you can stop, catch your breath, and continue. Because this is a video, you can also pause it if you need to figure something out and start it again. All right, coming to the front of your mat, hands in prayer, up to the bottom of our exhale. Inhale, arms float up. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, palms flat, step back, high plank. Inhale, high plank. Option to drop the knees for the transition or keep them lifted as I'm going to do this time. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale to cobra again, so I'm not pushing with the hands, but lift the chest. And then exhale to down dog, hips to the sky. Four breaths here. You can keep the knees bent if your hamstrings, the legs are tight, or if this hurts the low back. If you're starting to feel some warmth, and hopefully you are, you can straighten the legs, melt the heels down. With your exhale, bend your knees, looking forward. Inhale, stepping the feet to your hands. Exhale, you're folding forward, releasing the head. Bend your knees. Inhale, arms and chest come up to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to do 3 more like this. Again, this is an introduction to this yoga practice, so this may be new for you. This being the sun salutation, the Sanskrit name for sun salutation is Surya Namaskar, saluting the sun. 3 more. Come to the bottom of your exhale. Together we inhale, arms float up. And the knees, exhale, fold forward. Inhale the flat back, into the toes. Exhale, palms flat, stepping back, high plank. Inhale here. I'm going to drop the knees this time as the variation, or knees lifted. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale to down dog. In this position, down dog, which looks like an upside down V, spread the shoulders without moving the hands. Fingertips are spread wide. I'm digging my fingertips and my knuckles in to try to bring the weight more to the front of the hand rather than just in the wrists. With your exhale, bend your knees looking forward. Inhale, step your feet to your hands. And exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees. Inhale, arms and chest come up. And exhale, hands to heart center. If this is starting to become familiar, really focus on breath. Inhale, arms float up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale the flat back. Exhale, palms flat, step back, high plank. Moving slowly with control. Inhale. Option to drop knees. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale to down. 5 smooth breaths here. Slowly melting the heels down with time. Keep reaching your sit bones to the sky. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, step the feet to your hands. Exhale, release the head. Bend your knees. Inhale, arms and chest come up. And exhale, hands to heart center. One more like this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, palms flat, step back. Plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, slow descent. Make sure you're not doing the belly flop. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, down dog. 5 breaths. Inhale, bending the knees, looking forward. Exhale, step the feet to your hands. Inhale the flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees. Inhale, arms, chest come up. And exhale, hands to heart center. So I talked a little bit about engaging the hands. Let me get a little closer. Where you want to feel, if you're bearing weight on the hands, where you want to feel the weight is more on this knuckle here and these knuckles and fingertips. If it's just here, your wrists are going to start to complain. So really digging these fingers down into the mat, pushing the knuckles down. Yeah? Stepping your feet hip width apart. Inhale, arms float up. We'll catch the left wrist with right hand, and then exhale, leaning to the right. 4 smooth breaths here. Inhale, coming back to center, changing hands on wrists, and exhale, leaning to the next side. Inhale, coming back to center. Let's do that again. So I'm catching my left wrist with right hand. I'm going to take this left leg behind the right leg and lean to the right. Push your left hip out, breathing. Respire, as they say in French. Respira in Spanish. 2 more breaths. Inhale, coming back to center. Step the feet hip width apart, changing hands on wrists. I'm catching my right wrist. Step the right foot behind me. And exhale, leaning to the left, pushing the right hip out. Breathing. And inhale, we're coming back to center. Weave the fingers except for your index. And now we're coming into a back bend. Lift the heart up and back. Pull the low belly in. If you're feeling this in your low back, you could bring your hands to your bum, or just don't go as deep. 3 more breaths. And inhale, bringing yourself back up. Very good. Coming to the front of your mat. If you're not there already, I'll start on this side. Toes together. Inhale. Exhale, sit yourself down. Squeeze the knees. Inhale, arms float up. Look up to the sky. Press the palms, but don't weave the fingers. Just press the palms. More breaths. Sit a little lower. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale the flat back. Exhale, palms flat, stepping back, high plank. Inhale here. Option to drop knees. Exhale, lower yourself down. We're trying up dog now, so inhale, arms straight. Lift the knees and the hips a little bit, shoulders back. Exhale, look over your right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, look over the left shoulder. Inhale to center. Drop the knees, tuck your toes, lifting to down dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up. And then exhale, bring your knee to your nose, trying to kiss that knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, we're stepping the right foot forward. If it's hard to bring that foot up, you could catch the ankle and pull it up. Back heel stays lifted, so just on the ball of my back foot, start to come to fingertips. And then we'll bring our hands beside us, reach out to the top of the head. Pull your belly up. Inhale, arms float up to the sky, lifting the chest. Now bend the back knee, tuck the pelvis forward, keeping the pelvis tucking forward. Push out through the heel to straighten the leg a little bit more. 3 more breaths. Exhale, both hands come down to the ground. Left hand stays on the mat, right hand to our hip, and we'll twist, looking towards the right leg. Twisting towards the right leg. Right hand can stay on the hip or extend the arm up. Let's look up to the sky if the arm is extended. 4 more breaths. And exhale, both hands come down to the ground. Inhale, high plank. Option to drop the knees. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. This is up dog, straight arms. And exhale to down dog. Repeating that sequence again, where we try to do everything the same on each side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale. And exhale, try to touch. 3 more. With your exhale, step the left foot forward. Again, if it's hard to get it up there, catch the ankle, pull it up. Now coming to just fingertips, start to lift your belly and your chest. And then we're going to bring our hands beside us. Reach out to the top of the head. With your inhale, bringing the arms up. Bend your back knee. Tuck the pelvis forward, keeping that pelvic tilt push out to the heel. 3 more breaths. With your exhale, hands come down. Right fingertips on the mat. Left hand to your hip, twisting. Left hand can stay on the hip or extend the arm up. And exhale, both hands come down to the ground. Front foot steps back. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower all the way down and rest on the belly this time. Weaving your fingers behind your back, palms together. Inhale, lifting chest and legs. Keep your chin tucked in so you're looking down. 5 more breaths here. Keep the arms, legs lifted. And exhale, lower down. Turn your head to one side. Two more of these. Weave the fingers. Inhale, lifting chest and legs. 2 more breaths. Lift a little higher. And exhale, lower down. Turn your head in the next direction. Last one. Here we go. Weave the fingers. Inhale, lifting chest and legs. Smooth breaths. And exhale, lower down. We'll make our way into child's pose. Hand underneath the shoulders. Bring the hips back. Bring your big toes together. Knees spread wide. And then put your bum on your heels. Extend the arms out. Drop the head. Inhale, make your way back to tabletop position. Bring the knees closer together. Tuck your toes. Exhale, lift the hips. Coming back to down dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk your feet to your head. Flat back, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees, sit down. Inhale, arms float up. Exhale, coming to stand. Let's do one more like this. Inhale. Exhale, sit down. Inhale, arms float up. Look up to the hands. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale the flat back. Exhale, palms flat, step back, high plank. Inhale here. Option to drop the knees. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, we'll lift the right leg. Bend the knee, send the foot behind you. Look underneath your left armpit to see this right foot. With your exhale, let's step that right foot forward. Then I'm going to drop this back knee down to the mat. If you have a mat, hold your mat so you have a little extra cushion under the knee. Inhale, hands to the knee. Sink the hips down. Keep holding the belly in. Then we'll hook our thumbs. Inhale, arms float up. Turn the chest upwards. Keep the chin tucked in. 3 more breaths. And exhale, hands come down to the ground. Tuck your back toe. Inhale, lift the back knee. Step right back to plank. Exhale. Inhale and plank will go straight to down dog. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Bend the knee. Roll the hips and the foot behind you. Look to that left foot. And with your exhale, step the left foot forward. Dropping that right knee down to the ground. You might not need to fold the mat, but it's there as an option. Inhale, hands to knees, lifting the chest. Exhale, sink the hips down. Pull the belly in, hook the thumbs. Inhale, arms float up. More breaths. Exhale, hands down to the ground, tucking your toes. Inhale, lifting the knee. Exhale, front foot steps back. Inhale, high plank. We're going to cycle through a vinyasa this time. Looking through the knees. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale to down dog. 5 breaths here. You might start to get some real warmth in the body at this point. And if that's the case, really melt the heels down, straighten the legs, tilt your tail up to the sky, spread the shoulders. 2 more breaths. With the inhale, we'll lift our right leg again. We're coming into what's called pigeon pose. So I'm bringing my right knee down to the mat. To make this deeper, you can send that front foot, the right foot forward a little bit more. That front foot I'm engaging, pushing through the heel, pulling the toes back. I can slide the back leg, which is my left leg, back in space. And then start to come down to forearms. And then dropping the head down to something. If it's hard to reach the ground, you could stack the hands or drop the head all the way to the mat. We're going to hold this one for some time, about 8 more breaths. For some of us, this might be too much on the knee. If that's the case, you can do the same stretch on your back, what's called a reclining pigeon. So same posture, same muscle groups, just a little less pressure to the knee. Let's take it 5 more breaths. come underneath your shoulders. Let's come up straight arms. So a few variations here, a few options to go a little bit deeper. Exhale, you're bending your back knee. And that may be as far as you go, just bending the leg. Or maybe you can reach around with the right hand and catch the foot. That's easy, to bring the foot towards your bum. Maybe getting a leg cramp. Ooh, leg cramp. 4 more breaths here. And exhale, release. Inhale back to plank, step the front foot back. And exhale to down dog. We'll repeat that on the next side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left knee straight to the mat. And this left foot can come forward. Again, I push through the heel, pull the toes back. Let's slide that right leg back in space, bringing the hips a little closer. And then start to make your way to forearms and head down to the ground, either hand stacked or straight to the mat. Here for some time, focus on the breath. 4 more breaths. Very good. Coming back up to straight arms. Exhale, bend your right knee, the back leg. You can stay there. Or maybe reach around with the left hand, catching the foot, and the foot in towards your butt. Exhale, release and tuck your back toe. Inhale, stepping back, down, down. With your exhale, bend your knees, looking forward. Inhale, step the feet to your head. Now folding forward, release the head. Sit yourself down. Inhale, arms float up. And exhale, come into step. Inhale, lift the right leg towards your chest, find your balance. And then exhale, step the right foot back. A nice long stance. Bending your left knee, we'll place the left forearm to our thigh. Inhale, right arm reaches up, and then reach it forward. We'll bring our nose into the top armpit, looking up to the sky. You can stay here. This is a very valuable variation of this stretch. Or if you feel there's room to go deeper, you can try placing the left hand down to the mat, the inside of the foot. And if you can't reach, stay with the forearm on your thigh. 4 more breaths. Exhale, looking down to the ground, firm the belly. Inhale, bring yourself back up. We'll pivot on the heels, facing the right toes towards the back. Bending your right knee, place your right forearm on the thigh. Now left arm reaches up, and then exhale, reaching it over. Extend out through the fingertips. You can keep the forearm on the thigh or bring the right hand down to the mat. Looking up to the sky, roll the top shoulder back, breathe. And firm your belly, inhale, bring yourself back up. Let's turn our heels inwards, toes outwards, and then bend the knees. It's called goddess pose. We'll bring our hands to our hips and sit low. Now, this feels easy. You want to work your legs a little bit more, bring the arms up. 4 more breaths. Again, with your exhale, straighten the legs, turn the toes forward. Inhale, step the feet to the front of your mat. Very good. Let's do that again. So, for something similar, inhale, draw the left knee up towards your chest. Exhale, step the left foot back. And the legs a little bit shorter, heels in one line. Legs are about the distance of the length of the legs. Apart here. Inhale, arms float up, keeping those legs straight. Exhale, reach to the right leg and place the right hand on the shin. This is called triangle pose. And gaze could be down. It's okay on the neck. Look upwards. Again, make sure you're not bending this front leg. This is a straight leg. If you feel like you're bending the leg, you might need to come up higher up the leg. If you're able to, float that right hand to the inside of the ankle. So you're using your abdominal strength to support this rather than the arm. Three more breaths here. And inhale, bringing yourself back up. We'll pivot on our heels to face the next direction. Inhale, arms float up. And exhale, reach towards the left leg. Left hand comes to the shin. Better yet, floating the hand to the inside. Right arm extended up. You can look down or up to the sky. 5 breaths. And exhale, look down, firm the belly. Inhale, bring yourself back up. We're going to revisit goddess pose. So we're turning the heels in, toes out, and bending the knees, sit low. Hands can stay here or bring the arms up. And exhale, come into stand. Turn the feet forward and step your feet together. We're going to do a balance pose before we make our way to the ground. This one's called tree pose, which is typical, so it's done in the garden with the trees. Move down to your right foot. Place the left foot either on the calf, or if your body can do it, foot on thigh. You want to avoid foot on the knee. This bilateral pressure on the knee is not good for your knee. So either above or below. I'll start with below today. Looking at one spot, bring your hands to prayer. Find your balance. Extend the arms upwards. Balance is good today. Look upwards. Lift the chest. Full balance. Full wind. Making excuses. 4 more breaths. With your exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Swing that knee forward. And with an exhale, extend the legs straight. Point the toe. Look at your side profile. Make sure you're not lifting this left hip. Keep it low, holding for 3, 2, and 1. Lower yourself down. Very good. We'll come to the next side. If you're on uneven ground like I am, you might want to find a flat spot. And move down to the left foot, right foot. Foot on calf. Or foot on thigh. I'll show the other variation here. Make sure you're avoiding the knee. Open the legs so you're opening the hips. Hands to prayer. Look at one spot. Feeling the balance, extend the arms upwards. Balance is good. Look upwards. Lift the chest. Keep the breath moving. And exhale. Hands come back to the hips. Keep this leg lifted. Inhale, swing the knee forward. Exhale, extend the leg, pointing the toe, holding for 3, 2, and 1. Lower yourself down. Step your feet wider than your hips. And exhale, bend the knees, sit low, come into a squat. Now in this squat, this may be really hard for you. The heels might be lifted. If that's the case, keep the hands on the ground. Otherwise, hands to prayer. Let's strengthen the legs a little bit with some isometric or opposition strengthening exercise. So I'm squeezing the knees inwards, pushing outwards with the elbows. In, push out with the elbows. You don't have to use all your strength, maybe 60%. Even at 60, I feel a little shake, a little tremble happening. And release. We'll take the hands to the outside of the knees and push the knees out, hands pushing in. Like this. 2 more breaths. Good. And release. We'll try that again. Bring your hands to prayer. Hug the knees in. Push out with the elbows. 2 more breaths here. And again, we'll switch it up. Bring your hands to the outside of the knees. We're pressing the knees out as the hands resist. And holding it here. 5 smooth breaths. Keep breathing smoothly, breathing deeply. And release. We'll do 1 more variation in the squat. Place the hands down to the ground, left hand a little bit more to the center. Inhale, reach the right arm up. 2 more breaths here. And exhale, drop the hand down, right hand to the mat. Inhale, left arm reaches up. And exhale, lower yourself down. Place the hands behind you and sit yourself on the mat. You can extend your legs straight. So in this one, this is reverse table. So look where your knees are. We'll bend the knees and place your feet roughly there. Feet hip width apart. Hands behind you, fingertips facing to your back. With your inhale, lifting the hips. Again, creating a table. Try to make a table so that the plates wouldn't fall off. Lift those hips higher, shoulders back. 2 more breaths. And exhale, lower yourself down. We're going to do 1 more set of those. Give the wrists a break by opening and closing the hands. Very good. So second variation, you can do the same thing. Or if you want to try something a little more challenging, straighten the legs. If you straighten the legs, the feet still stay on the ground. You have to have superpowers for the legs to be straight off the ground. So again, hands behind you. Bent, inhale, we're lifting, tabletop, reverse table. And then the option of extending the legs straight. If legs are straight, pull the toes down. Keep lifting the hips, lifting the chest. 4 more breaths. And exhale, lowering yourself down. Very good. Soles of the feet together. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, folding forward. Three more breaths. And inhale, bringing yourself back up. We're extending the legs. We're going to lie on our back for a posture called bridge pose. Exhale, lay yourself back. Bend your knees so feet are hip width apart. Close enough you can touch the heels with your fingers. Bring your gaze straight up to the sky. And then inhale, lifting the hips. Hands can stay beside you or bend the arms kind of like robot arms with the palms facing towards one another. Drive the knees away from you. Lift those hips. And exhale, lower down. Let's try a variation of this bridge pose. I'm placing my left ankle on right knee. And then with my inhale, I'm lifting the hips, sending the left knee away. You might not be able to lift the hips as high in this variation. That's okay. Breathe. And exhale, lower yourself back down. Uncrossing the legs. Switching sides, right ankle on left knee. And then with our inhale, we're lifting the hips again, holding for 5 breaths. And inhale, you're coming back down. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. And we're going to lift the hips in this butterfly pose. With the inhale, hips lift. Again, it doesn't have to be high. And exhale, lower yourself down. Let's roll to our right side. We'll bring ourselves back up. Extending your legs. Inhale, arms reach up, both legs straight. Exhale, fold forward. We're not pulling with the arms. Let the arms fall to the side. If your flexibility doesn't allow you to come forward, give yourself an advantage with the hands behind you. Otherwise, hands forward. And with your inhale, bringing yourself back up. All right, we're going to make our way to our backs again. So with an exhale, laying yourself back. Hug your right knee into your chest. Squeeze that knee. And we're sending the knee across the body, coming into a twist. Look over your right shoulder and the knee is to the left. Keep your shoulders on the ground. If you breathe deeply, you might feel a release to the spine or a deepening of the stretch. Inhale, bring your low back to the mat, hugging both knees in, rocking from side to side. And then we're hugging the left knee, extend the right leg long. Big inhale here, and exhale, send the knee across the body. Look over to the left shoulder, opposite direction to the knee, keep the shoulders on the ground. Inhale, you're coming back to center. Bring the arms to the inside of the knees, catch the feet on the outside, and push the low back down. Exhale, release. We're coming to what's called the final pose, Shavasana, which emulates corpse pose. So just like a corpse, you're not moving. You're going to extend the legs long, feet a little wider than hip width apart. If you're outside, you might want to place your hands on your belly. Otherwise, if the ants are going to bite you, hands by your side, palms up. Gaze is upwards, chin is slightly tucked in. And relax. Let the breath be soft. We're going to stay here for about 4 minutes. Lying on your back, eyes closed. Let the breath be soft. Let the palms be soft. Belly is soft. The body is taking care of the breath, a very relaxed breath. Feel the urge to wiggle or move. See if you can just observe that. Let it pass. The weight of the body giving over or giving up to the earth. Softening. Stay here another 3 minutes. Starting to deepen your breath. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Then when you're ready, roll over to your right side. Use the hands and bring yourself up to a seated position, cross-legged or legs long. Bring our hands to prayer. Thank you for following this practice today. I hope you found some benefit. We usually close the yoga practice with a namaste. Namaste roughly translates into the truth within me acknowledges the truth within you, or the light within me acknowledges the light within you. Namaste. I hope you got a challenge with this practice. We're going to post a practice every week, some new ones. So like I said, if there's anything you want to try that's new or something that was challenging, please let me know. Enjoy your day.